want to get them more reps and kind of see what they have? Or does that change because of the coaching situation?
It changes because of the coaching situation. You know, to be honest, if we're going to be brutally honest, you know, because right now our main focus as the coaches on this staff is to put our best foot forward for the bowl season. Right. You know, I could give you the old rigmarole, yeah, we want to work the young kids, but that doesn't, to be greedy, that doesn't help the staff try to promote themselves to get more work. Right. They'll get some work, yes. Yeah. Will they get the work that they would normally get? No. Yeah.
And just kind of how do you handle the situation, knowing that you probably are auditioning a little bit for this month?
Well, I know we all are.
Right.
You know, and that's the key, and that's why, you know, when we heard the news and we have this month to get better, and that's what we're trying to do. And regardless of our situations, it still boils down to the kids. And we want to help the young men that are going to be graduating and are going to be juniors, that are going to be into their senior year next year through a coaching transition, to enjoy the bowl game as much as they can and to win that bowl game. And that's our main focus right now, is we're going to go down and win that game, do everything we can to.
I think Robert said, I don't know if it was Sunday or maybe before that, that you have a plan and approach to make sure the guys have some fun. I mean, is that true? And what do you do then to try to maybe keep them relaxed and let them enjoy this? Well, practices again, will still be hard practices.
Oh yeah, the practice today I thought was, energy-wise, I thought was really good. Mm-hmm. Execution-wise, you know, with the 2 weeks off or the week and a half off, could have been a little bit better, but they had good energy. They paid attention to detail, and things will get better. And it looked like they had fun, because they're trying to just keep it light and hey, let's go we have nothing to lose. Go out and play and have fun. You know, the last 3 weeks of the season, it was a little more high-strung, high-stress situation, because they knew each week you're one and done. Mm-hmm. You know, so they got over that hump and they proved that they could do it. Now let's go have some fun and enjoy the experience, and that's the main thing that they have to understand. There's not a lot of people in their lifetime they get to go play in a January 1st bowl game. It's that simple. So why not enjoy the experience? Mm-hmm. Because it's something you can tell your grandkids. You know, hey, I played in a January 1st bowl game. That's a dream come true for a lot of people. So it's just a great experience for them.
Now, going back to that game going into Iowa, was that more of a looking 1 week at a time, or was that a, listen, you got to win 3 games?
Oh, well, if we didn't win the first one, you can't win the second one.
Right.
So it's just that week right there. Mm-hmm. You have to win that first one. You know, we talked about it as a dinner. You know, you got to eat your salad first, and then you get your steak, and then Indiana was a dessert. You know, so you have to finish all 3 meals before you get to the good stuff. And now after that, now, man, you get to sit back, relax, and it's like Thanksgiving, man. You get to enjoy it.
Right. And they talk about how it's not who's maybe the best, but who's the hottest at a certain time. Could you say that has kind of helped you guys out a little bit, having to be against the ropes?
Yeah, there's no question, because now the kids know how to respond. And you know, I've had the good fortune. I've been to a bowl game the last 7 years, and I know when you have a motivated team that wants to go to the bowl game and is happy to be in the bowl game and wants to prove something, they do a lot better than you have a team that thinks man, we should be in a better bowl game. Or, man, we got gypped. You know, we shouldn't be in the heart of Dallas. We should be in, you know, Capital One or something like that. You know, so they come in with, okay, just another bowl game, and they find all the negatives about it and all that kind of jazz. But the team that goes in that's happy to be there, that wants to go prove something, that's the team that you're scared about.
Just some of the injuries you guys had, like Ralph and Brandon Taylor, are they getting back out today, or is that?
Ralph got back out today in a limited fashion. Brandon Taylor is still on the shelf. He's slowly progressing. But really, other than that, you know, we've got a month and we should be pretty good as we go. So we had other guys that are limited contact, but for the most part, we're doing pretty good.
So this is the first time we've been able to talk to you since we know who you're playing. So what are your impressions about Oklahoma State?
They can score a lot of points.
Yes.
You know, and they have in the past, and they will in the future. They do a really nice job. They get off a bunch of plays. So, you know, it's a lot like, you know, Indiana, you know, runs a bunch of plays. You know, Marshall ran a bunch of plays. So it's that type of offense. So, you know, defensively, we're going to be preparing for an up-tempo, fast-paced offense, and offensively they're very well coached. Defensively, so we're going to have try to control the game that way, like we tried to do against Indiana. Eat some clock and keep them off the field and take our shots when we have to take our shots. But again, you have to control the ebb and flow of the game.
Just this was the first practice without Danny out here, and just was it a little odd?
Sure. You go through. Well, how many practices? You can't remember how many practices you've had, but 5 times 60, 120. Right. Talking maybe about in the bowl practice last year, maybe about 145 practices, and then you don't have the guy that takes you through them all the time. Yeah, it's a little weird. We miss him.
Going back to that, the screen. Talk about the screen and the wheel route. Why is that so successful for you guys?
Oh, you're giving away our secrets?
No.
Man, you're just like,
people know it's coming. Even the last 4 weeks, teams have known it's coming. Surely they've game planned for it, and you guys continue to hit it big week in and week out.
Well, again, it goes back to you kind of dress it up, change your formation, change the way you run it, and then you kind of get it into a situation where they might not expect it. So those are all things that go into it, and you just try to. Okay, maybe a new formation, or maybe a motion with it, or maybe something different, or hey, let's look back how we did it then or now, or let's see off of Monday Night Football, you go, hey, there you go.
Right.
Or you watch someone else, as coaches, we're not proud, we'll, if we see something good, we'll put that in our back pocket and use it for a later day. So we're going to do we'll do that. There's not many original ideas in football. We had one of our offensive line coach, Sean Clark, he brought in a playbook. His granddad gave him a playbook, or his wife's granddad. And it was from, I think it was from Darryl Royal. And some of the formations on there are now the ones that are kind of coming back to kind of trick people and all that kind of stuff. So not a lot of original stuff in football anymore. It's just kind of, let's see how many people forgot it. Let's bring it back.
With your added duties of interim head coach, do you slice up any of your other duties as far as receivers coach or offensive coordinator, and will you be down on the field for game day?
I'll be down on the field, yes. Because I feel as a head coach you need to be down on the field just to control time management and those types of decisions and be able to get the feel for the game. But no, I have not been able to because we're down 2 coaches.
Right.
So with that, your interim everything,
right.
Which is okay. It's fun. And you try not to, when you get too stressed out about it, or you try not to. They'll be here tomorrow. Go home, get some sleep, and you come back. And the kids have been great. And the nice thing about it is the kids begin to take ownership of the process because they know that I can't be there for them full time. But like the quarterbacks, they do a little bit more. The receivers, they do a little bit more. And they kind of help, because they're saying, hey, coach, this play looks good. Or, so again, and I've talked to Stacy about it, you give them ownership of the process. And now they buy into it a little bit more because it means to them. If you own something, you're not going to let someone take it away from you. Whereas if you're just an employee, you're kind of like, I'm not fully invested in it. But when you become fully invested into the process, now, hey, that's my play. That's a play that I thought of. We're going to make it work. So then he tells this guy, hey, come on, that's my play. Let's make it work. Same thing with the receivers and the offense and the quarterbacks. They get together and say, hey, this is a good play. Let's make it work. And again, the more ownership they take, the less they're going to give up. So that's what we're trying to do.
You still call plays from the sideline, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It won't be much different than being up in the box.
How strange will that be for you?
Well, see, when I was my last job, I was on the sideline all the time.
Okay. All right.
So the last 2 years I've been up in the box, so it'll be kind of neat to be back down on the field.
How's Gary Nord?
Gary's doing okay. He had some procedures done. As I talked to him yesterday, he had a procedure done yesterday, and I think he's in line to have a procedure done either today or tomorrow or Thursday. So he's still struggling a little bit.